Mic check, mic check. Mic check. 30.
Wyatt, you still have that pimple.
Who's Mike?
Huh?
Oh.
Mike check.
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw check.
Chainsaw
check. Chainsaw check.
My pimple? Did our makeup guy get it? Does it look okay?
It's still there, man. You got to get a better makeup guy.
Yeah, I think we need a better makeup guy.
Can we hire one?
We're not making enough money yet. Come on. We got to get some money.
If we get
We're
enough
making,
views,
we have a million
we
viewers.
need
What are you talking about?
views.
We need what?
What was that? Oh my gosh, the door just closed, you guys.
Again.
Let's just get a drink. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my gosh,
God.
Aaron! What the heck? Aaron!
So good.
Welcome back to part 2, Down the Rabbit Hole, Ghosts, Spirits, Demonic Possessions,
Divine intervention.
Divine Intervention.
Don't forget that.
It's good stuff.
I'm
Yes.
Brian,
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Renee.
and thank you for joining us. Let's dive straight into the hole.
Yes.
Right in the hole. Grab a seat, grab a log, grab a marshmallow. Come on down.
Come on down. So in the first episode, we were talking about some pretty scary stuff that I had as a younger kid. This one, a little bit lighter. It's going to be more ghost related, less demonic.
Thank you.
Good, because I don't think I can handle any more demonic stuff right now.
Yeah.
No, I can't either. My heart's still pounding.
So there's this place up in the Sierra Nevadas. It's a little town called Sierraville. And there's a hotel that sits in the valley right there. It's called the Globe. It's attached to the Sierra Hot Springs. There's these hot springs that you can go up there and sit in very nice tubs of very hot water. And the Globe is kind of offset. It's set in the middle, like right at this intersection. But it used to be a brothel. It used to be the town hotel. It used to be like 3 or 4 different things all at once. Because when small mining towns were, you would have 3 or 4 buildings, but each building would do 2 or 3 things. Really cool place. I love going there. Highly recommend it. Don't overbook it because it's my secret spot. But it's called the Globe. And I've been going there since I was a kid. My mom used to take us to the hot springs, and I've been there a bunch of times. And I have quite a few stories about this place. So one of the first ones I can remember was I was there with my buddy Kyle. And each room apparently had something else, different going with it. And each room has a different theme. So one is old Western, like movies theme, and then like Western movies. And then the other one, there's like a Queen's room, and then there's an African room. Kind of weird, eclectic, different decorations. But you could stay in each one of them, and it's really cool. But each one has I've had a different experience in. And there's this one room that has a fuller queen-size bed, and then it has a twin bed. And my buddy Kyle and I were, we would stay there and go to the hot springs. And as we're staying there, it was the middle of winter, and it had been snowing, and we were the only people staying in the hotel. There's no other cars in the parking lot. It was just him and I. We're both sharing the same room. Nobody had come and gone. You can hear people come in because it's an old hotel, so like the floors creak.
Yeah.
And so we're laying there. It has 2 communal bathrooms upstairs, and the hallway's always lit. But your room, you could turn off your lights, and paper thin walls. Like
there's no bathroom in your room?
No.
Whoa.
No, it's a communal bathroom.
Very old.
Yeah, this is from the 1850s, 1860s. So the hallway is carpeted, but as you walk, the wood floor, you can clearly hear somebody coming up and down the floor. So we're laying there, and I'm in the full bed, Kyle's in the twin bed, and the twin bed's facing the door. He can kind of see down past his feet, and there's this really good-sized gap at the bottom of the door. And as we're sitting there, not hearing anything, all of a sudden, he watches a shadow go from left to right.
But he didn't hear any creaking.
Nope, no creaking. He goes, hey.
No one else is there.
No one else is there.
Oh, yeah.
There's like so it's snowing, so there's no footprints outside. There's no car outside. You didn't hear like.
Is there like an owner or something though?
There's not. So there's a keypad that's at the doors, and I guess we're far enough from the front door, but the one that was upstairs that would grant you access outside, you would hear it go doo 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 because we were the room right off of it practically.
That was the only way to get into where you guys were?
Technically, so yes, from that way, because
Yeah.
it went from right to left, and it came from that door. And if anybody came in, they would have come in the other way, but you would have heard them come up the stairs.
Right.
So he's like, man, are we here by ourselves? And I'm like, why? Why do you say that? And he goes, something just walked underneath it. Like, I just saw a shadow.
Yeah, I just got creeped.
And I was like, no. And I've been there enough times. This isn't my first experience there. So I'm like, well, I was like, all right. So I went out and I looked out in the hallway, looked up and down the hall, walked down the hall, walked the whole perimeter, came back to bed. We're sitting there. And we're talking. Now we're both sitting with the lights off at the foot of the bed, my bed, which is his bed's here, the foot of my bed's here, and the door's here. You can clearly see a shadow walk back the other direction. No sound. No footsteps, no nothing. Walk towards the door that would lead outside. There was one more room on either side past us, right here, right? Didn't hear those doors open. You hear people putting their purse down on their nightstand. That's how small, like
in the other room.
In the other room.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
like how thin these walls are. Don't hear anything. Just watch the shadow. So now we're like, oh man. So we're trying to lay there. We're laying there. It has this armoire. So you hang up your coat.
Great word.
Armoire.
Love that word. I don't know why.
It's
Armoire.
correct
It's French,
word, right?
right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's beautifully said.
Armoire. So the doors. First of all, we start hearing something in there like rattling. We don't have clothes in there. We're living out of our bag.
Wait, the armoire is rattling?
The armoire's not rattling.
Oh,
Something inside is kind of like
Armoire.
rattling, right?
okay.
So I open the doors, and there's a coat hanger that's like rattling, which if somebody were walking up and down the hall would
Shake it.
probably cause that. No one else there. But this thing is like rattling back and forth, and you could hear it. It's hitting the back because it's very tight. Hitting the back, hitting the front, hitting the back, hitting the front. It's like rocking.
Oh, heck no.
So we close the door. Then we're like, we're really on edge now. He's now in bed with me. We are like faced up, sheets up over us like this. The doors on the armoire, we were just in it. Okay. The doors on the armoire go
Heck
and
no.
like rest wide open.
No, they didn't.
No.
Seriously?
No.
The thing's not shaking, but
Oh my god.
Mr. Skeptic, could you have not latched all the way? I guess they couldn't have latched all the way. No, I saw these things. They went, and then they came to a rest like this.
Do we have to go to this place? I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to this place, man.
So that was one episode that I had there with him.
So wait. Is
Nothing
this
ever happened?
place known to be haunted?
I've never seen anybody ever investigate it.
Oh.
So I'm going to give you guys a challenge at the end. So stay tuned, and I'll give you a challenge to the end. But yeah, this place has always been. There's always been activity. Not only for me when I'm there. I've taken people there that are skeptics that have had incidences, and so I have like.
What?
I have 5 or 6 stories on this place.
Whoa.
So.
Yeah. Well,
So that was a quick one. So
Poor
I'll
Wyatt.
give you another quick one. My mom. Oh, my mom, sweet old lady.
shout out moms.
Shout out to moms.
We love moms.
But, sweet lady, not super into Bigfoot, aliens, ghosts. Like, she's spiritual. I don't know if she's ever messed with any of the stuff that I messed with, but, like, pretty squared in my she's a mom. She goes there she goes there with somebody else. This is at a different time. Downstairs is like the living room, which was like the parlor of when it was like run as a casino. There's a card table that sits next to the window, kind of in the middle of everything. There's a piano, couch. There's a card table. She walks in. It's wintertime. There's no other cars there. She walks in, and she looks at the card table, and she sees 3 of the 4 chairs around the table are pulled out, and there's coats hanging on them. So she's like, oh, that's weird. Somebody must have left their coats. But she said she had this image in her eye. Like, she's like, I'm going to sit here because it looks like, she's like, in her mind, she thought it was kind of cute. And she goes and sits in the third chair, pulls out the chair, and she sits at the table, and she says something kind of cheeky like, deal me in, or something like that. Nothing happens. She goes upstairs, puts her stuff away. She doesn't hear anybody come or go. There's no cars in the parking lot. They grab their stuff to go to the hot springs, and her and this other person are walking downstairs. No jackets on the chairs. All the chairs are pushed in. The table is completely left alone.
What?
5, 10 minutes at most.
You know what this makes me think about?
What's that?
The dogs playing casino painting.
Where their dogs playing? I don't
Maybe
know.
the dogs were there and they're sniffing each other's tails. Why do dogs sniff each other's tails?
This isn't a Brian's BS moment. You need to wait to the end. So, yeah, those are 2 quick stories on this hotel. But I have quite a few more. Anybody else?
Was your mom super freaked out?
It imprinted on her enough to where she came and told me immediately, and because she knew I was into that stuff. And in her own words is like she felt honored and freaked out at the same time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
What a
like
great way to think about it.
What do you guys think is like the theory behind all this? Like, how do you really think it works? Do you think we actually understand how this works?
nope.
Absolutely
I
not.
think it's just beyond our comprehension. Do you have an
Way
idea of
too
how it
far.
works? Like, what's your guys' theories? Do people, spirits, have to complete a mission, they pass away, and they don't do it, and they're stuck here?
So
is there purgatory? Is there heaven? Like, what do you guys think?
there's theories out there. So the stone tape theory is like your typical ghost that you see walk from right to left, and then you see it walk from right to left, and then you see it like it's the same kind of motions, and you might only see it once, but somebody else sees the same exact thing you saw. That's called the stone tape theory. So the minerals, the stone itself, harnesses the energy of somebody in their life either being traumatic or somebody walking that a bunch of times. Like, I can only imagine when one of us, like when I pass, you're going to see me walking through the hallways of that ER because I've been doing it for so many years. Like, it's called the stone tape theory. That's one version. Then there's the interactive spirits and ghosts, where you can communicate with them through like EVPs, which is electro voice phenomena, or other devices like the Mel meter or Geiger counters. There's a bunch of different things you could do that give you some kind of mechanical confirmation.
And like the ghost is able to
Communicate, set it
Through
off,
it, right?
touch it. Yeah, so like the Mel meter, they essentially reach out and touch it, or to manipulate a light, and then the light goes off. Or,
Is it just a light or is it a sound, a beep too?
I think it does have a beep too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's,
so whenever their energy gets around it, it goes off.
so there's
or
like,
if they touch it.
There's like it's a paranormal puck. It has an antenna that comes out the top of it, and same thing. Like, you get close enough and you go to grab it, it will go off because it can sense your magnetic energy.
Sure.
So you can sit it in the middle of a floor, and then all of a sudden it starts going off, and then you set boundaries or parameters of what you want your conversation to be. 1 beep for yes, 2 beeps for no, or you set out a flashlight and you unscrew the top of it so it's barely making connection. And like, if you barely touch it, it then makes connection and light comes on. You'll see investigators do that. Those are interactive ghosts. Those ghosts apparently are able to communicate, hear you through the veil, and you're able to hear them. I don't understand the physics behind it or how this happens, if there's a rip in time and space, if...
That's what I was going to ask you guys. What do you guys like? What do you guys actually think? Do you have an idea? Do you not really
think
know?
that
I don't really.
If there's different realms, like they say that, the angels are in a higher realm than us, but they can interact with ours. Maybe it's the same thing.
So you think they're interdimensional, and
Possibly.
we go back to the Mandela effect when I'm just looking through the pages?
Yes.
Like realms are so interesting because it's like, do we call it dimension? Do you call it realm? Like, what do you
I think
consider?
Lord of the Rings and like D&D call it realms. I don't know. I think Stephen
Yeah.
Hawking calls it a dimension.
Do you think angels are just the opposite of demons and they're just in the same realm and one's evil, one's good?
Serious topic right there, and it's not lose or gain the wrong clientele. Yeah, I can see angels and demons being of a higher frequency that potentially are able to influence us, and we're just caught in the middle of their war. Like imagine, I always thought about it this way. Like imagine a kid with an ant farm, and the ants are just in this box going about their day, building their tunnels, doing whatever they do. And this kid loves and feeds them and is able to influence them here and there with positive behavior. Now that kid has a brother, and that brother comes along and is jealous of the ants and is jealous of his brother, and then takes the ant hill and then shakes it all up and destroys it all. Is that what's happening between us, between the angels and the demons, the light and the dark? We're just caught in the middle. Yeah, like I think that's pretty dark.
That's what spiritual warfare is,
I
and
think
they're
that's
they're
where-
actually attacking or protecting us too. Is the idea of spiritual warfare too?
So
Like,
yes.
demons want something from us, and angels are protecting us from that. Interesting thought.
So we in our last episode you were talking about divine intervention, and I believe that there's an angelic intervention through people's lives where things should have probably gone wrong and they don't go wrong, or there's just miracles
Yeah.
is the best way to put it. And then with what happened to me and what's happened, like I've seen other people and whatnot, like you have the negative aspect, which is the demonic possession. Are these fourth dimension beings that are affecting us, like influencing us, or how does it work? I don't know.
And how does prayer work to?
Is that a form of love?
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a form of respect. It's a form of like you're admitting that you believe and
Yeah.
like respecting and giving it.
Submitting to, that's a scary word, but you're submitting to something greater than yourself. Yeah.
Yes,
But
great word. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I have a story about when I had something in my garage. So it was the first house that we bought, and every time I went in the garage, I felt this thing just like swoop up on me, and it would go super fast and go right next to my face. And it freaked me out. Like it just didn't feel, it felt negative. It felt very curious, but it felt a little negative. Maybe it was just an invasion of my privacy and my space that made it feel negative, but it was just every time just swooped in, and it wouldn't, every time I would go back into the house, it was gone.
So I've known you for a while now. We're really close. You're one of my best friends, and you say that I could walk into or you walk into a room and I'm able to read you immediately, but you have very untapped, low-key, empathic abilities that you don't really utilize very often. So what if you're just at a frequency or able to read a frequency that most people are kind of tuning out on, and you would like to tune out on, or you just can't, or you're interested enough to where they know that you're interested,
Yeah.
and it's just maybe the spirit or entity or being has just not had a chance or an opportunity to interact with anybody, and then it sees you.
And it gets excited.
Yes. like look at me, look at me,
Oh,
look
a
at me.
friend, yeah.
Yeah, or like, can you imagine, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, no one has heard you, and you have just been running, like you're stuck in this XYZ zone, not able to communicate. And then all of a sudden, you walking in the room, and it's like, by your reaction, she can hear me, see me. I would be right next to you also. I'd be like,
Well, now I feel bad.
don't feel
Because
bad.
I totally
it's-
prayed it away.
Well, so going through life as me, a weirdo, another kid, I've had those experiences where like you sense something and you're like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Most people run. I tend not to. Sometimes I regret that I don't. Sometimes I've ran, but looking at it through, empathy's eyes, like I would. We're in patient care field, and we care for patients, and people transition and they die, and their spirit or whatever goes on. I'm the guy that stays in the room and guides them on. I'm the guy that turns the light on for them, says something for them, holds their hand until their end, because I know once the body dies, that doesn't mean I don't believe that that's it, and there's some kind of transition.
We've been in a few rooms together.
And you see me do that.
Holding on to a patient while they passed.
Yeah. So, that being the case, I try. Maybe I put myself out there too much, and that's how come I get demonic possessions. But at the same time, if next time you're rushed up upon, evaluate the situation, and if you feel truly uncomfortable or unsafe, set
a boundary first.
Set a
maybe.
boundary, yeah. Like, yes, I can sense you. You are really, really close to me. If you're excited because I can contact you, great. If you're evil or wanting to do bad to me, you do not have a right to. But if there's something you want to communicate with me and it's in a positive light, and you can even then pray and say, with God's, power, say what you have to say and see if I could help you. If you're not good, you are not welcome.
Yeah.
Say whatever you have to protect yourself. But curiosity, I don't think curiosity killed the cat. I think the cat lived a very, very, very interesting and long life.
Very full life. Yes.
Yeah. And maybe one, eventually got ran over. But how many cars did it dodge before it got there?
9 lives.
I wish I would have taken that approach. Live and learn.
Live and learn. So,
but
to answer
interesting
your question
that,
a long way.
It's interesting that prayer or
Calling upon.
Yeah, something similar
spirits,
to prayer
yeah.
was able to make it go away. When before it would not leave me alone.
I think it's undeniable that there's something going on beyond our comprehension.
Let's say it was a good.
And there is good versus evil. That is undeniable.
Let's say it was a curious, good spirit, just was I haven't been heard, and then all of a sudden it sees a scared woman praying. If I'm that spirit, I'm gonna back off. Regardless if it's to God, Buddha, or the Seven Sisters in the sky. All right, this is probably not the right person. Now, if it is a bad entity, then I 100% believe that connecting to your higher frequency, your Lord, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, your source, and you want to call upon that for some protection, I'm going to say that's probably the time you want to do it. Because you don't want to end up like me.
And I feel like regardless of what you believe, there's still law to the universe.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And whatever that law may be, I think if you find and chase love, it'll get you there.
Yeah.
Good love,
so interesting
justice.
that you brought that up a few times now, and it's now finally hitting me. That is what it's all about.
I think it's undeniable.
That's what
I
it's all
mean,
about.
you look at the power of love. That I really that's really what I believe with that whole situation with you is I think you had an empty this is just my humble opinion. I think you had an empty source spot that something was if it's evil, it's gonna find a way to connive its way in there and weasel its way in and do something. It wants to do evil. Found a spot, found someone that's vulnerable, jumped in there because if love was missing. As soon as that love comes in, though, love always wins. It's not even a competition. It was empty. It got filled with something bad. Love came in and just flicked it out. See you later.
So I'll go down your rabbit hole with you. That point in my life, a lot of points in my life, I've struggled with self-love. A lot. And that is something we're going to talk about a lot later. But I've struggled with appreciating myself. I'll give more than I have and or take what I can't afford or any of that stuff. But that was a spot in my life to where I was going through my trials and tribulations, and I'll throw you a bone and say that could be because, yeah, he reached down and grabbed me and pulled me out of it.
I'm gonna throw something out there and take it or leave it. I don't even it's not even, it's just it's a statement. I honestly believe that when people believe in God and God's love for you, it overrules that lack of self-love. And I don't like the possession thing is not you're not a vulnerable target because love's already filling that spot in your heart.
There's been people of the church that have been possessed.
And that's true, but it's like what's in their heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't know.
So I'm gonna say
Do they really feel
I'm
like
gonna
God
say
loves them?
without getting too down the religious hole that no one knows what's in somebody's heart ever except that higher power.
Exactly.
But
So that's what I'm saying is maybe those are like the targets of people that there's a void there.
do we have to keep referring to it as God? Can we say Yahweh,
You can say whatever you want. I call him God.
Buddha,
I call him
Steve
God.
Urkel?
But I don't like I said I don't want to go down.
Stop it.
I don't want to go down the religious route, but I really think that if you look at like the law of the universe and like what love is, and if you know someone loves you like with all their heart, even at your worst point, how can something jump in there if that's in your heart? You know, like that's just like my thought, and that's what prayer shows too, right? Is that you're submitting because you know something greater than you and it loves you.
So without getting off topic too far, Renee and I have actually had this conversation before, and there is a divine energy, being, power, higher source that we believe that I don't want to speak for you, but we all ascend back to.
Mm-hmm.
You could name it God, you could name it whatever you want, but all I know is I'm not going to sit here and say no. I'm going to sit here and agree with you because I love you
Absolutely.
very, very much, and in the most brotherly, heavenly way that you could imagine. And I love you, and I love the guy back there, and I love all of you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. So is that the spirit inside of me? I think it's the higher energy just keeping me in touch with all of the other energy that I'm attached to. So now we can go back to ghosts.
I really want to say that I have never seen anyone love another human being the way that you can, as much as you do.
How so?
I'm sure you've seen it too, Wyatt.
Absolutely.
You find fulfillment, pure joy and fulfillment out of washing the feet of homeless people. The feet of people who walk around barefoot.
Servant heart.
And it is just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I do it for the love of them and that
I
they're
know.
human beings. But there's also a lot of time that I'm doing it out of repent. So no good deed it goes unpunished, but I don't think any good deed goes without a bit of selfishness also. I think people do good things for good outcomes. And is that selfish? There's a bit of give and take there. But I know that in my life I've dabbled in enough bad things and hurt enough people and had enough bad conversations and just not been the best human that sometimes I need to be humiliated and wash somebody's feet and smile. And because what's the worst thing you do? I hate this when we're at work and somebody has to be washed and the entire time the person washing is bitching and complaining and moaning, and that person that is in need is watching this person complain. No. Put a smile on your face, interact humanly, be good and love the situation, because who knows? You may never be there. You may never be there. But what if your loved one was? What if your mother was?
That's the fact, yeah.
So just tap into that spirit.
That's watering your own lawn right there.
Yes. Don't downplay it, Brian. It's amazing.
So okay, we'll get back on topic, guys. That was double down the rabbit hole.
So that was a rabbit hole, and there was actually a Y in the tunnel. We went one way on the other side.
Yeah. So let's climb back up a little bit and take that other Y. So back to spirits, ghosts. What you got for us, Wyatt? You got something for us? You got some kind of divine intervention?
I got a quick one, yeah. So
We love quickies.
cut that.
Never.
Cut that. So I was a young lad, like 18 years old, firefighting, all gung ho on firefighting, wanting to do that route, and
I remember this actually.
yep. And I was a committed guy, and like a hard worker. And when I buy in, right? Like when I commit to something, I commit for real. So I was so bought into this, and I was so like wanting to be on every call. I was on call 24/7, like all the time. I'd always go on these calls. I never saw anything big. It was a lot of just like fender benders, whatever, all volunteer fire, right? And then one day I was coaching football, and I get this call, and it's, it's like, vehicle accident on this road, 3 vehicles involved. And I was like, oh, that's not good. I jump in my car, go out there, and as soon as I get there, traffic's backed up like crazy far. I step out. I start trying to run to the scene because I take my own car to the scene. Then you walk up, but the engines were already left to go. So I'm meeting them there, and Cal Fire guy rolls up, and he actually is like, "Hey, let me give you a ride," because he saw me in my gear. So jump in the car, jump in the rig, get out, and as I'm rolling up, I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm just like a young 18-year-old guy at this time. I haven't seen anything crazy like this before. There's 3 cars. Someone tried to pass somebody, right, going head on, and they hit head on, going like 70 plus miles an hour, and then wipe the 3rd car out.
Oh.
And so as I'm driving up, you don't realize what you're getting into. And, you hear the call and you hear 3 cars, but you don't know what it's going to be. It could be a fender bender or whatever. And as I'm driving up, all you see is debris, like hundreds of yards. Like it's like there's just pieces of plastic and metal across the whole thing. I step out of the rig, and I had never really seen any big trauma. I hadn't seen anyone pass away at this point, nothing like that. I step out of the rig and I step on something squishy, and then I lift my boot up.
Oh, no.
Guess what it is?
Oh, gosh, I don't want to know.
It's an eyeball.
No,
Yeah.
you stepped on an eyeball.
I did. And I'm in my boots, and and it's spongy, and I step, and then I like, and I look underneath, and it's an eyeball, and I go deer in the headlights stare, and I'm like, this can't be real.
Wyatt.
And this scene was so horrific. I mean, someone was seatbelt, and they were eviscerated from the seatbelt, and their liver was hanging out,
Oh.
and the captain had me pick up this. It was a piece of someone's like hard palate, their gum. Like they'd hit so hard it like obliterated them.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's on the ground, and he basically was trying to see how I'd react, and like, let's get a gauge for how this guy is. So I pick it up, put it in a glove, and put it in the car. And the whole time I'm like absolutely, like completely. When you look at the definition of shock, I'm like deer in the headlights shock. Like I'm like, how you doing? You okay? Everyone's checking on me. You okay? Why? I'm like a young guy in the department, right? And oh, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Totally like denying like PTSD shock.
Oh.
And I'm like, the whole thing happens, and I get back in the rig, and they drop me back off in my car, and I don't even get in my car yet. I just stand outside my car for like 3 minutes, and I'm just processing everything I just saw. And I'm like, it looked like a horror movie. I mean, you can't even describe it. When you see something like that in real life, you're like, your brain can't, there's just a window that goes up, or like a wall that goes up. You're just like, I'm not even gonna think about it. And I'm just sitting outside my car, and I'm like grabbing my door handle. I just can't get in my car. I just can't even process what's going on. Open my car door, and I sit down, and I sit for like another 30 seconds. And I turn my car and keys on, and I had radio. I'm that old. I have radio. I didn't have Bluetooth and aux and all this, right? It was just radio. As soon as I turn it on, the first note of the song "Let It Be" by the Beatles plays. And that song says, "When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be." And I just sat there, and I just felt emotion and I just nasty bawling, crying.
Dang.
Like all this emotion that was built up just going. But what got me about the whole thing, it hit me later, and I was like, everything that led to that moment had that song playing on the radio at the exact time that I got in the car. So I feel something was leading me in that timing, right? Because you look at what I said. I stood outside my car for how long? I got in the car, I didn't turn my car on for how long? I didn't get to drive my car to the scene. I had to take a ride from someone else. I relied on a ride back, et cetera, all these things. The drive there, all this stuff, all the timing for that to line up to be exactly, and you've heard the song "Let It Be" by the Beatles. Mm-hmm. The piano is the first note. Doom, 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 doom. And it was like, it's not like I came in halfway in that note. It was the first note.
Wow.
So it was like divine intervention that how the heck did all of that timing line up? And I see that crazy thing. All that timing to stand outside my car, sit down, wait, and that song plays. And what's the song about?
That is amazing.
So
you may not be demonically possessed. You may not have.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Spirits that climb up your ass, but you definitely have an angel that watches over you, man.
I really think I do, and like knock on wood, I'm like my entire life. I really feel like I've been so blessed. I mean, I have a better story even that. I mean, I could tell about it later, talk about it later, but I wrecked my quad when I was in 3rd grade so hard, and I probably should be dead. I mean, realistically, and I had one scar, and that's it, one scar.
What happened?
They were
You
gonna,
have to tell the story.
they were gonna fly him
They were
out.
gonna life flight me out. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I had a little quad around the property here. My friend was here. I was going probably 35 miles an hour, maybe something like that, 35 miles an hour. I was ripping across the front yard. I was wearing a helmet, nothing else, and I basically hit the side of the road. Like I came up, hit it like a little bump, hit the side of the road, lost control, went straight into a tree, going like 35 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Hit directly into the handlebars, hit my head on the tree, and I'm wearing a helmet, and my head slid up against the tree, and it literally completely like ripped open my chin.
Oh.
And I hit over the handlebars, hit so hard I knocked my shoe off. Like this isn't like I like flew. I hit so hard my shoe came off my feet. My shoes came off my feet.
Oh my gosh.
And it happened so quick. Boom, handlebar in the stomach over. Like I hit such a stop and go that my shoe came off. You think how hard that is?
Yeah.
Land on the ground, hit my head on the I hit my head on the tree as I'm going. Boom, flip over the thing, do multiple flips, land on the ground, get up, start running around, laying down. I'm wearing a white T-shirt, red blood all over the place.
Yeah.
School bus comes by. It's 3 o'clock right at the time. Everyone thinks I'm dead. They obviously signs of trauma, right? This is like trauma activation because
Yes.
it's like a pediatric trauma activation. Like, did you hit the handlebars? Yes. How fast were you going? Oh, my shoes are off. Like, go. CT scan, no internal bleeding, nothing. The only thing I had injured was the scar.
Wow.
That's it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, his mom told me that story, and when she tells it every time,
She said she was in the house and she heard the crash.
Oh.
And the
tears up.
sound, and she like threw, like she was in the distance, like threw the plates, and like she just knew I was in an accident, and like came out. And
Moms.
shout out moms, we love moms.
Yeah, moms.
So the whole quad,
Brought to you today by moms.
yeah,
Literally.
sponsored by moms.
Yep. We are.
Sponsored by moms.
I
love
love
moms.
that.
The whole quad is it was smashed in. Like the entire frame was completely crushed. I hit so hard.
That is insane.
Yeah. So that's accident number 2 I've been in, where it's like, you're fine. Don't even worry about it.
Quit tempting fate there, guy. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
But
I'm
actually,
not trying to.
I know. You have like
But I don't know. I really think maybe I have something watching over me. Like honestly, I don't know.
I got 15 years on you, and I look at you between a younger brother and a high school accident. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell my boys. You better be carrying me, because I am not going to be carrying you.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've been humbled. I told you guys. I know my limits. Gotta be a real man. Know your limits.
That's right, buddy.
You got a story? You got something for us?
Yeah, I got a couple more. So, back to the hotel. Man, crazy. If you watched the previous episode, I talked about Kyle, and I talked about my friend that's no longer with us, Amelia.
Rest in peace, Amelia.
Rest in peace, my friend. And her and I went to this hotel, and we're in a different room. So if we were in the movie room, which is here, there's the African room, which is one more past. We're in a room right in front of it. So we're like halfway through the upstairs. If you walked out, both bathrooms one would be on your right, one would be on your left. But on the same side, it was facing the road. I always tell people when we go there, I tell them all the little stories that I've had there. And so they're aware. I don't just send them in there blind, but I also kind of maybe feed the fire a little bit. So we're there, and her and I are in the room, and I'm laying in bed, and I look down, and when you say shadow person, which we were talking about earlier, I can make out what, like, in my mind's eye, I guess it would be, because I don't think it was I don't know. In my mind's eye, clear as day, there's somebody or something in the corner. But I don't say anything.
Why do you say mind's eye? That makes it sound like you didn't really see it.
Your memory, what you're seeing.
No. So what I mean by mind's eye, like, I'm visualizing this, but at the same time, I could see detail, but it's rough detail.
Okay.
So it's like in my mind's eye, like I could see. I don't know. I've always said my mind's eye. I guess I'm not trying to unaccredit myself, but like.
So you saw it.
Yeah. So
Like,
it's dark.
In your mind's eye, what you're saying? Like, are you saying like from like what you're picturing right now in your mind?
No. But it was dark. But there was enough light from underneath the slit there not the best window shades that are kind of thin, and there's lights that are like street lights on the outside or lights on the side of the building, so you have some ambient light always in the room. You could always kind of see just enough. And in the corner, like, I see a figure. And this figure, like, this is what I mean by mind's eye. I could see the figure. My mind immediately filled in the blanks. How about that?
Gotcha.
So
Well-
I see the figure. My mind immediately fills in the blanks.
That's like the Mandela effect.
Get out of here.
Hey, go listen to other episodes. Thank you.
My mind immediately fills in the blanks to where, like, it's time period-esque, male.
Oh.
Okay? Like, I'm sitting there. I see the shadow.
It's like an intuition.
I know I see the shadow, but my intuition, my mind's eye is like there's time period-esque individual standing at the end of the bed.
Okay.
I don't say anything. I'm like, that's weird. If I just close my eyes, maybe it'll go away. I go to bed, don't say anything. I'm asleep. In the morning, I'm talking with her, and she goes, the weirdest thing happened to me. And I go, what happened to you? And she goes, I was like, I have something, but I'll tell you afterwards. She goes, in the middle of the night, I was facing away from you, but I thought you were playing with my butt. Like, just like softly rubbing my back, my bottom, like comforting me, something like this. And she goes, but I woke up and you were facing away from me. And I was startled and I like rolled over and it was dark in that corner, but there was nothing there. So she goes, I readjusted. I got back in, like, I put, I laid straight up. I'm facing up the ceiling. And she goes, I'm getting ready to fall back to sleep. And she goes, I thought you shifted, but you're on this side of me. She's towards the door. I'm towards the window. She goes, I thought you shifted, but it was down to the bottom of my left to where my foot is.
Oh, heck no.
She goes, I couldn't go back to sleep for hours. She's like, I finally fell asleep right before dawn. And now it's like maybe 7. So she's only been asleep for like an hour at most, hour and a half. I go, I said, right before I fell asleep in that corner, there was an outline of a shadow outline that in my mind, and I told her at this time, in my mind's eye, it looked like a time period cowboy miner male. Like, you could just, like, that's what I imagined.
Right?
The two stories
Gross.
line up to where this used to be a brothel.
Yeah.
These rooms were brothel rooms. He didn't affect me. He groped her.
Yeah.
That was the weird part. Same situation, different time. I'm there. Kyle's there. We're staying in the same room we were the first time. We had the 2 beds. He's laying on his bed. I'm laying on my bed. But before we go to bed, in the corner, there is a table. And on that table, it has 3 legs. So it's kind of like this tri-legged table, round circle top. There's a light on it. And I had a 1-gallon jug of water. And I put the 1-gallon jug of water on it. And it being so heavy, it kind of tipped it over. Everything fell over. The lamp fell over. The whole table fell over. It was right before bed. I put the table back up. I put everything back on the table. He goes to bed. I go to bed. In the middle of the night, I don't wake up, but I have the most vivid dreams of being in that room and being straddled.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, but I was being straddled to a point to where, like, I'm laying in the bed, I'm being straddled. There is clearly, but it was the weirdest thing because at this point in time, there was like, Deadwood wasn't out yet. There was Westerns and stuff, but nothing like super graphic to where like you would see what happened in a brothel. There'd be like, well, they go in the brothel and then come out of the brothel. I can remember like the big bell dress
Whoa.
and like everything, and it was just like it was laid over me. I'm bared, and she's on top of me. 100% what I can tell you was a dream. I wake up in the morning, kind of weirded out. Kyle had his night. He didn't have anything happen to him, but we're getting ready to go, and on the table where the
Gallon water.
gallon was. I put the water on the ground, and I put the lamp back up there, and it's now all balanced, nice and pretty. If you've ever smoked a cigar, you know what a cigar round is, where you ash, and there's a perfect ash round that's left behind. I swear there was a cigar ash round on that table, and I wiped it and smeared it just like a regular ash would be.
No one smokes cigars.
What the heck?
No one was smoking cigars. Wyatt, Kyle, no one was smoking cigars. We weren't smoking cigars. This is the early 2000s. You're not allowed to smoke in buildings. Like, no one's smoking
my
cigars. There's a
gosh.
cigar round on the table.
And it already fallen over, so it's not like it just...
The table fell
yeah,
over.
it's not like it just was sitting there before.
That was the impactful part.
Yeah.
I picked up the table and placed it back up, and there was no cigar around there. It was so fine that when I touched it, it disintegrated
Yeah.
and then like
Ash
on the counter and on my. It was real, like in my hand.
Dang.
Yeah.
So is that like an incubus succubus situation?
The female, like I said, it was a dream.
Yeah, but sometimes they say it's like a dream.
It was a dream. It was influenced by Amelia's because it was my incident was probably right after hers, if I remember correctly. I don't know if mine was influenced by. I don't know. I can't. Once again, I'm not trying to debunk myself. I just don't have answers.
Yeah,
So
that's so
yeah,
crazy.
that was a pretty creepy one too. The cigar round always gets me because like
That is weird.
like the dream, I could kind of be like it was just a dream.
Sure, yeah.
But
Why cigar round, though?
because it used to be a brothel.
Wouldn't they be
they were-
smoking cigarettes, not cigars? I guess they smoke cigars.
No, they
Yeah, I'm sure they smoke
lots of
cigars, too.
cigars. That's probably their main thing they used to smoke with cigars.
How does that cigar ash cross over?
I
So trippy, right?
don't know,
I'm not questioning you. I'm asking the question.
but I don't know. Like,
I don't know either.
could it have been magnetized dust in the atmosphere that gathered? And I don't know.
Come on, Mandela.
That is so
Could it
trippy.
have been a solar flare and the Aurora Borealis magnified the atmosphere and all the
And then a V line straight to that
A
table.
V-line straight to it. Trademark V-line. Get in a shirt. V-line.
What do you think? Should we do another pep talk?
Yeah.
I'm actually happy. This one wasn't as creepy to me.
Pep talk.
Yeah, we went a little bit lighter on this one.
Oh,
So I
last one
told
was
you-
so creepy.
I told you all at
Oh
the
my
beginning.
gosh.
I told you all at the beginning that there would be a little challenge for you. If we can get 10,000 views on this video, we will do a third episode on this topic, but we're going to do it at the Globe.
10,000?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, 10,000 is reasonable.
Yeah, we ain't going to the Globe. It's okay.
We're going to be going next week.
Should we
brother.
go to?
No.
Should we make it 1,000?
Let's make 5,000.
5,000 views is still...
Hey, the man in the back says 5.
Our manager?
Our manager.
Our manager?
No, he's this. He's our manager.
She's our handler.
Yes. I got my choke chains.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just the talent.
I don't know. Let's put it in the comment. Let's think something reasonable. But if you guys could make 1,000 views on this episode,
Oh crap! We're probably gonna meet that.
1,000 views.
What's gonna
'cause
happen?
I really want to see Wyatt there.
I don't really want to go.
I
Seriously, do
know.
I have to go?
We'll do an episode there, and we'll stay the night there.
No, I'm not staying the night, dude.
We'll stay the night
I
there.
don't know. I don't
Yes,
want to.
Wyatt.
I don't want to. dude.
Yes.
We'll stay
I
the
really
night there.
don't want to.
We'll rent 3 different rooms, and we'll stay the night there.
3 different rooms? No, I'm not doing it by myself. No way. Uh-uh.
You have to
No
be in
way,
bed with
no
you,
way.
Brian.
Okay, you can
I'll
sleep
be
with
on
me.
one side, Wyatt, I'll be on the other
can
I'm
side.
gonna be in
Brian.
bed,
You
and I'm gonna
can
feel
sleep with
Brian
me.
touch my butt. I'm gonna think it's a ghost. It's gonna actually be him.
I'm used to sleep.
Brian, you incubus.
I'm used to sleeping in a room with a bunch of guys. It's all right.
As
Dude,
long
I
as
can't
we don't
stay
have
there.
to do it like
We won't do
with
any
the
investigating.
lights. The lights
We'll-
off.
we'll-
I can't stay there.
If we can get
dude.
5,000 votes, we'll do some investigating.
It's okay. No, if we like realistically, I will stay the night if we get 20,000.
No.
Wyatt,
I do not want to stay the night.
you're
bro.
staying the night.
I don't want
Give
to.
us
1,000.
1,000 views. We'll go do an episode there. 5,000 views. We'll stay the night there.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
10,000 views, we'll do a paranormal investigation there.
No, not 10,000. That's gotta be like 100,000. I'm not doing that.
Final rule,
I'll
two out of
FaceTime
three.
in. I'll
2 out of 3.
FaceTime. I'm not gonna be there for that.
2 out of 3.
F that.
All right, so let's how about a pip talk?
Pip talk. So this one's off the cuff today.
Okay.
Yes.
So something that I think a lot about that's really changed my life is something called brownie bites. And the idea is they're just rich little moments throughout the day that just indulge you and they just make everything better. And sometimes that's all you need, right? You don't need a whole brownie, you just need a little bite. So what I think about with this is like our currency for how we view small moments is so corrupt in our life for so many people. We take the negative things, small little negative things, and we let it ruin our entire day. Like they hold so much more weight than the little things that are nice, like good, like brownie bites, right? So the idea of brownie bites is to actively recognize and search for good moments. Because you think about this, right? You're driving in traffic, right? You're driving, someone cuts you off. F you, what the heck? Your day's ruined. Then you go into work. How you doing? I'm okay. Bad driving today. Like, was that someone cutting you off really that big of a deal? No.
No.
Did it affect your life significantly? Yes.
Yes.
Someone says one mean thing to you or something, right? Like small things happen, right? Someone cuts you off in line, someone, whatever it might be. Someone throws trash on the ground in front of you, you let it ruin your whole day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give up on humanity. But then someone holds a door for you or lets you in traffic or says, hey, you look really nice today, or hey, it's good to see you today. And we don't even let that touch our day. Doesn't even give any, push or pull either way. So you look at like the way these things are weighted. If you had a scale and you put 3 negative things and 3 positive things on, the scale would tip straight to negative. 3 negative things would ruin your entire day, but 3 positive things might not fix it. So why don't we make it even, or even make these even way more the positive? How do you do that? You have to recognize them. So you search for brownie bites. And so my challenge for everyone here is when you see these little moments, you smile and you say to yourself, that's a brownie bite. And you watch your life change.
Right now I got a brownie bite, and it all started at the beginning when he said off the cuff, because if you noticed at the end of last week, he was talking about brownie bites. So I think he's been thinking about this thing for a while.
Long time.
Couple
Hours, huh?
Couple hours. That's my brownie bite.
But no, realistically, and that's my challenge is look for brownie bites and say them out loud and just smile. And it's so silly, but you train your brain to search for positivity, and I guarantee your life will be better.
The Where's Waldo of brownie bites.
Where's Waldo of brownie bites?
I love that.
Thanks, brother. All right, and before we go...
You got a little BS?
Yeah, before we go to BS, let's go over last week's BS, okay? So last week's BS, I asked you all, what kind of person are you? Are you an axe or a machete kind of person? It's a very important question. You can learn a lot about a person by asking them if they're an axe or machete person, and then why. So, I'll start off. I am a machete person. So, an axe is, you could utilize an axe for a lot of different reasons, but a machete is an easier weapon to handle in self-defense. You could probably cut just about anything you can with a machete that you can with an axe. And I think personally, it's just more usable and you get more out of it. And it's a little bit lighter. So I know when we go backpacking, usually I carry a machete, not a hatchet. So.
I don't know what a machete is.
You know what a machete is?
I think I might.
No.
Machete is the things they go through the jungle with that look like really like a half a sword, like
that's what I was kind of thinking.
like
a long straight blade.
Like a meat cleaver meets a sword.
So if I were to pick between those two, I would probably pick a machete just because it looks sexier.
She's going to a pinup. Perfect. And that answer tells me so much. Wyatt, what you got for me, brother?
I'm a hatchet guy.
Are you?
I am a hatchet guy.
Why?
I think it's such a versatile thing, and it can be used for protection. It can be used for food. It can be used for fire.
You can't use a machete for those things?
You can, but
you can, but I think it's much more efficient in the sense of like splitting firewood. It can also be used as a weapon for protection. It can also be used, usually it has 2 different ends where one side can have like either like a hammer side to it, or it can have like a dagger on one side of it. One side could be slicing. You can cut things with it for food if you wanted to slice things up.
Yeah, could you...
You can use it as like a hammer and flatten it out and smush things with it too.
Oh.
Very
Could you actually cut wood with a machete?
Yeah, so it's called batoning, and
Yeah.
you put the blade down, and then you get another log, and there's
Slowly.
no just as quick.
Oh, really?
You just hit basically like this is your log. The machete cuts across the whole thing, and you hit like on this far side over here.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit
Oh.
the technique.
But it can't do as thick of wood is the only thing.
Well, I've never I'm talking a hatchet, not an axe, so you're not going to be going through trees with a
Good point.
hatchet. Like,
Yeah.
Good point.
so.
But I just think hatchet's so versatile, and
You know what? I appreciate that because you and I complement each other so well. So if we're ever lost, I'll have the machete. You have the hatchet.
Perfect.
There we go. All right. So hopefully y'all had a good answer and put it in the comments.
what's the next question?
All right. So this week, BS with Brian. Let's just dive straight down that rabbit hole again. This one's gonna be a little bit more serious though. If there's one person in your life that you would say sorry to right now, who is it? Why? And what would you say?
Dang.
Yeah.
Let's open it up right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think
So,
about it.
little light,
homie.
little light.
Yes.
Yeah, last time, let's think a little bit more on this one. So, put in the comment your answer, and we'll reevaluate it next week.
All right, you guys.
So
Thanks
good to
for
be here with
coming
you
down the
guys.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, thanks for going down
Yeah.
the rabbit hole with us. We love you. Love you all. Love you both.
Shout
you
out,
too.
moms.
Moms.
Moms,
Brought
we
to you
love
by
you.
moms.
Brought to you by moms.
9 months worth.
Love
All
you
right,
guys.
love
Have
you.
a great week. Brownie bites.
Bye.
Bye.